I remember very few good teachers and even fewer good directors in stage and screen. Now, maybe I'm not being very generous here. It's possible that some of them were wonderful, and I've stolen all the glory for myself, thinking I did it. I believe it was Confucius who advised that that leader is best who, when he leaves, the community thinks they did it themselves. My grade 3 teacher, Miss Cowie, I recall being kind, firm, and dispassionate. You could believe pretty much anything she told you. Our homeroom high school teacher for 2 years, Mr. Burrows, kept to his side of the desk, never made anything personal, and simply taught us Latin, which we understood to be his basic assignment, and I think one of his basic loves in life. Our math teacher had a cold wit and a sharp, incisive way of deciphering the rigors of trigonometry and the early beginnings of calculus, and I think we all adored him for that. Aside from those, who was there? A blur of fools, incompetents, alcoholics, and bumblers, a tribute to the unprepared. I had 4 wonderful directors on stage, each very different, and one in the movies. Michael was charming and supportive and concealed a kind of, no, he didn't conceal, he created a kind of buoyancy that encouraged you to do your best work. And in a pinch, he could surprise you with the depth of his understanding both of human calculations and of the secrets of acting. Otto was a lovable tyrant, screaming, cajoling, even insulting you to great lengths or greater heights, and I fought with him almost nightly during rehearsals, but when the play finally opened, I sent him a note thanking him for giving me about 20 years of acting lessons in just a few weeks. The only thing that Larry ever said to me when he was directing a one-man show that I had written and was presenting at a festival came in the form of a half-hour monologue after our first run-through. He showed me how an actor must use every trick in the book to hold the audience's attention, varying speed, pitch, volume, stance, direction, intention, gravity and lightness, humor and deep sorrow, all in one stretch of moments that are strung together by intelligence and alchemy. That solitary instruction has stayed with me ever since. Janet was so busy with the problem she was having with other cast members that she only gave me one note, but it was an unforgettable beaut. "David," she said, "I love everything you're doing, but when you get excited, your voice floats up into a register that only dogs can hear." "Wow, you're right. What do you suggest?" "Start the whole play an octave lower than you usually speak." I did, and it killed. Pickle. Great teachers are rare birds. When they show up, as they do for all of us at one time or another, we really must cherish them and remember them with great fondness.